Oh, just a quick question on the VX. I'm staring at that, and it's funny that you went there. It's down 30% for the week, which is a complete collapse, isn't it? Remember, we were older than 20. We're just above 15, and I believe we were at 22 at one point last week. Yes, examining the VX futures curve was genuinely rather fascinating. The VX futures curve was above 20 on election day and remained so until August of the following year. It should be around 15 or 16, so that's shocking. For around 9 or 10 months, the markets were pricing in chaos and uncertainty. Therefore, I believe that a great deal of risk-taking is occurring. People didn't get their exposure today and yesterday, in my opinion. Look, I know, believed that it would be weeks before we found out the election's result. I believe that was your initial situation. As we consider where this industry could be able to go, I believe there will be a lot of surprise and rethink. Having said that, I would want to discuss your new ETF. The FundStrat Granny Shots US Large Cap ETF is the name of the fund. You would think that making granny shots would be a little bit simpler, wouldn't you? Yes, it depends on how you construct it. We are discussing names. I hope we convey this. I believe this has been developed. Emerson, Transdigm, Eaton, Oracle, Ingersoll, Johnson Controls, Caterpillar, Tesla, Goldman, JPM, and Ingersoll. That's the top 10. However, how is that built? The research model we employed at FundStrat is essentially the same as or expanded upon by the Granny Shots ETF. We'd have been employing that core, themed stock portfolio since 2019. For 6 years in a row, it selects the stocks that are most closely associated with 7 topics that we believe are pertinent to the market, such as AI, millennials, Fed easing, or increasing PIs. Then, our Granny Shots are the stocks that show up most often across themes. Granny Shots takes its moniker from the style of free throw shooting used by Hall of Famer Rick Barry. A few of us do recall that. Of course we do. With a weighted of 3.3%, Tesla is the top stock. Would you mind simply discussing this week's move in that stock, what it means to you in relation to how you've constructed this, and where you believe it can go? Indeed, Tesla has been featured in our study product since its launch in 2019 due to the company's secret asset, its artificial intelligence and intellectual property. Naturally, the intellectual property is now based on all of their own infrastructure. Because consumers view it as a car manufacturer and consider its present margins and earnings, we believe that the firm is undervalued. However, as is widely known, there are numerous new projects, including robots, robo-taxes, and, of course, the political aspect, which you have all thoroughly explored. And it can only benefit Tesla, in my opinion. We'll speak with you shortly, Tom. Thank you. It's FundStrat, Tom Lee. Trade policy was the area where Trump Trade 1.0 encountered difficulties. And do you think the market is looking past that if we see what he delivers there in terms of tariffs, something he has been incredibly consistent on? Or will the deregulation and reduced corporation taxes make up for any trade weakness? In my opinion, if someone was attempting to present a bad image, it would be the trade and tariffs that people are thinking about. Naturally, however, that is the area where we are unsure of the final policies that will be implemented. Markets will undoubtedly offer a wealth of real-time input, and I believe that this will influence the policy. Therefore, I believe that we should generally anticipate a pro-business environment that is also likely to be equity-friendly. In terms of the current rise, multiples, and your expectations for earnings as we move into the upcoming year, where are we at in terms of fundamentals? As we come to a close, I believe that earnings season has remained quite stable. Energy and certain commodity industries, together with healthcare, have been a drag on earnings, as you are aware. However, industries like electronics and industrials continue to generate solid figures. The outlook for next year should be favorable, in my opinion, as housing activity is increasing and financial costs are declining. Additionally, this is actually much better for tiny caps if there are mergers. The growth in small cap earnings has been about 40%. Therefore, I believe it still sort of leads us to the same trades, including looking at Bitcoin and tiny caps and wanting to be more cyclical over the next 6 months. Tiny caps? Why? Combinations? Could you please elaborate on why tiny caps will benefit more strongly? The background, however, plays a role. For the past 5 years, small caps have underperformed by the greatest amount in 25 years. They are currently trading at 10 times the median PE relative, which is nearly 18 times the S&P, a 7 PE discount then. Earnings growth is faster for small cap companies. Furthermore, about 44% of it is what I would describe as highly cyclical. Additionally, the weight of regional banks and industrials is greater than that of the S&P. Finally, there's a lot of money on the sidelines, you know. I believe that small caps are the best option for those seeking market breadth expansion. They don't have the trade exposure either. They also profit from reduced taxes and regulations that do not include tariffs. They seem to be in the sweet place then. Yes, exactly. Additionally, there may be a significant margin of outperformance. They've underperformed by about 100 percentage points, really. Therefore, I believe you could get that back in the upcoming years. Just now, we brought up Elon Musk. Additionally, he supported Senator Lee's idea to shut down the Fed over the weekend. In essence, a story in asterisk. The Wall Street Journal asterisk over the weekend said that Powell was ready to defend his dismissal should he actually be asked to go. Do you believe that any attempt to re-executize or influence the Fed would be met with a revolt from the bond market? Absolutely, I mean it. Since the Fed is the most powerful organization in the world, its independence contributes to its influence. Even the bond market is afraid of this. I believe that the capital markets would not benefit from a change in the central bank structure. When the Wall Street Journal warns that a meltdown may be imminent, I was wondering if things were becoming too much. Additionally, the Trump trade has been ongoing for some time. Do you believe that we are only just beginning? I suppose there is a lot for the markets to like, such as the fact that he enjoys easy money, low regulation, and fewer taxes. I mean, there's a lot. Perhaps you consider it to be more than a two-event rally. Yes, exactly. Additionally, I believe that markets may be reversing their direction because DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, may be reducing healthcare and industrial spending due to defense expenditures. Investors can therefore concentrate on financials and small caps, as well as more liberalization of animal spirits. Okay. How about medical care? You specifically mentioned that. Not only DOGE, after all, will be searching for other ways to increase efficiency. Additionally, RFK Jr. is undergoing adjustments. In a moment, we will talk about that with Mark Bellini. However, how does the market sort of balance that? Indeed, I believe that this will be a difficult time for healthcare awareness because, recent remarks about how much healthcare spending dominates advertising outside of the electoral cycle. Indeed, there are worries regarding the safety of some vaccines and RFK's leadership of HHS. Thus, I would simply state that clouds exist. Opportunities will still exist, most likely in the biotech sector, but they will be difficult. Tom, just about the markets as a whole. Do you anticipate that the gradual decline in the markets that we witnessed last week won't continue as Thanksgiving approaches? You feel optimistic about the upcoming weeks for a number of reasons. The Treasury Secretary's announcement is one of them, and it relates to what we've been discussing throughout the morning. Will some uncertainty be eliminated? To find out who is in the running, you are following Polymarket. When Musk tweeted about Letnick, Besson's odds increased, even though he was already 70. Now what?